Hey everybody, it's Phil from Walmart. It is, what is today? Tuesday, and it would have been my Friday, but as I said, I was thinking about extending, and I talked to the office, and I am extending for tomorrow. I already filled out the forms for the extension bonus, and obviously I'm laying over in the tractor tonight. I have to be out before the other user comes in the morning, which won't be a problem because I'm starting up as early as 7:30, so that way I can get done earlier in the day and get home. My day today, I left you last night. I overnighted in Sac. I am back in Sac, obviously, to switch out to a day cab tomorrow. But I went to McCarran. From McCarran, I went to a store in Roseville. Pretty uneventful, actually. Went to a store in Roseville and then came back to McLean in Sacramento. That was it. That was my day. Pretty uneventful. The only part was the associate that was helping me in Roseville. Really cool dude. If you looked at him, and depending on who you are and what you think of people, you would probably shy away from him. But the nicest guy. More of the gothic. Gosh, what kind of metal is it? It's not like the traditional heavy metal that I grew up with, but definitely that he was listening to his music, and you know, he's dressed all in black, and you know, he just kind of was just a really cool dude, actually, and very helpful. One of the pallets that it was the only store, so everything in there was for them. 15 pallets. One of the pallets, unfortunately, the way they loaded this trailer, it was Gatorade, water, and some soda. It had tipped over during transport and kind of spilt over. It wasn't leaking. I didn't really see anything that was really leaking, you know, all over the place, but it did require the breakdown of it and build back up on the other pallets so that it can be unloaded from the truck. Really cool. He handled it well, and he blamed the warehouse, not the driver, which was really cool. That he understands that we don't control how they load the trailers, and the roads are certain ways, and no matter how well you take your time making your turns, right or left, up or down, having to stop, things happen. And you know, some other places would have been looking at you as the driver going, what did you do? But in reality, I saw what the warehouse was trying to do. I don't know if I agree with their strategy, and this is it. Pallets are built more of a rectangular shape. They're not exactly square, at least the ones we use. Some pallets are squarer, but most of them are more of a rectangular. So long, and then, you know, the other way. So what you're supposed to do, if you really want to get them in there tight, is one goes in lengthways and the other one or sideways, perpendicular to it, and that way it takes up all the floor space, and they actually have a chance to touch each other as well as touch the walls. What the warehouse did is they would put two in long way on to the left, and then two long way to the right, and then they were just staggering them back, leaving about 1.5 to 2 feet of gap between the pallets and the wall. Well, this allows for movement, and this pallet was 2 feet away from the wall, and evidently with the heaviness of it, the shrink wrap didn't hold and it tipped over. You know, it just takes one item at the bottom to give out, or maybe 2 items at the bottom to give out. And when you stack that much stuff on top of each other, it's going to happen. When I used to load planes for a living, we had to load a certain way, and the way you load so that you don't smash all the contents in a bag. So if you loaded bags flat on the ground, the first layer, all flat inside the container or inside the hold of the aircraft, you laid them flat, then you're going to get another one that's maybe not the same size, and you're going to stick that right on top of it. Then you're going to place another piece on top of that. Well, everything's pressing down on that bottom one, down onto that bottom one. And that bottom one's bearing the weight of the entire stack of stuff. Eventually, the one on the bottom's going to give if you stack straight up. That's why, you know, when people build walls or chimneys, they don't build it with the bricks going straight up, one, all the way up. They stagger them, and they build what we call T's, and that T, you're placing more weight between 2 bricks. You're distributing the weight better, right? Well, I don't think they distributed the weight very well on that pallet, and it fell over. And he handled it really well. Now, the store was just gearing up to start unloading the GM trailer that was right next door to where I docked. So they had pallets all over the ground. So this guy actually, you know, was using an electric pallet jack, and he's good at it. And he was just having to maneuver around all these pallets that are on the ground and watch out for the other associates moving the loose items along the roller system and placing them on the pallets as he came out. So did a great job. So I actually ended my day, I've been done for a little while now, just relaxing. I ended my day really early. So again, it was just one store, there and back, one store, and then done. So, you know, it takes about almost 3 hours to get to McCarran, almost 3 hours to get back, roughly. And so that's 6 hours. I was at the store for a little over an hour. I was at the DC for an hour, so maybe an 8-hour day today. Yeah, I'm really tired today. It was tough day. But you know, some days you're gonna get that on your go home, and you know, that's just what it is. Some guys like it. When I first started, I got a couple of those days, like on my go homes, and I went back in. I said, look, I want to work longer on my go home day. I don't want to just half day it. And somebody would say, if they're listening to this, 8 hours is a half day? Yes, it's kind of a half day. So when you're putting in 13, 14-hour days, 8 hours is, you know, like you're cheating. But obviously it affects my take-home pay as well. You know, not driving, not getting the miles, not doing the activities. That affects my take-home pay. I didn't mind, honestly, because I knew I am extending into Wednesday, and I have the extension bonus plus the extra layover to make up for it. So, and then everything I do tomorrow is gravy on the cake as well. So I didn't mind. This one's going to be probably a shorter video tonight. I just have one safety tip that I'm hoping everything turned out okay. I really am hoping. I drove by, and after I got by, I just kept thinking about it. So this is the situation. I got done at the store, and I'm on my way back to Sacramento to see if they have anything else, you know, close here, you know, that's within the 5 hours of drive time that I have left, what I can do. And anyway, there's a merge, got through the merge, there's a little bit slow traffic there, and then traffic slowed down again, which is unusual for that little area. But hey, traffic. Well, as I got closer, I noticed that there's 2 cars in the middle lane. I think it's 5 lanes at that point, and they were in the middle lane, and they had a traffic collision. I didn't see how bad the 2 cars were, to the point where could they have gotten off to the side of the road or could they not have gotten off to the side of the road. But cars are merging away from them at that point, either to the left or to the right, to get away from them. The occupants, the drivers of those 2 cars, standing at the trunk of the car in the rear, and the lady was, and then the younger kid, teenager or 20-something, millennial, was standing off to the side of the trunk area as well, the driver's side. Anybody see a problem with that? You're on a highway trying to exchange information in the middle of the road, or call somebody in the middle of the road. Guys, I'm hoping, you know, I'm dreading, you know, as I drove by, I rolled down the window and tried to tell them to get off to the side, but I couldn't stop, so I don't think they heard me. But I could just see, you know, cars going to the right, cars going to the left. The car behind them could easily not be paying attention and come smashing into the back of that car, which would then pin that lady between the car and the new car. Very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So my recommendation to anybody out there, if you're in a fender bender and you're in the middle of the highway, don't stop in the middle of the highway. Get off to the side. Try to get off to the side. If the cars are disabled, I get it, right? But you, as a person now, can't stay there. You have to get off to the side too.